Okay, now we're going to do some rebar, and we're going to add base plates to the steel pipe column, and we're just going to do this on one footing so that you kind of get a feel for what it's doing and how it works. Okay, we're not going to do all of them, but we'll choose one, and that's the one that we will document in our drawing sheets. And I've got it done on two different ones just to show you what it kind of looks like uh, when it's done. And I want you to do it on this footing right here. That's the one that the call out note is for in the drawing sheet, and it seems to be the most room right there around it that we can work with. Okay, so you're going to go to your structural um, top of basement footing plan. Okay, and if you may have to draw a couple of temporary sections in these structural drawings because for some reason my sections from my architectural plans weren't showing up in here. I'm not real sure why. Okay, so what does this look like? So let's look at, okay, here's the base plate, and we have to modify the column a little bit to make that work and build a base plate. And the rebar looks like this, okay? So there's the end bars, and there's this. Now there's just showing in there. This is not a section through the footing, but they show that way because of the way the settings are that just default out of the box. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I'm going to pull down to this one here, and I'm going to work on it to show you how it works. And you may find it easiest if you turn your floor visibility off in all these things. Okay, so let's start with rebar. And so we'll go to structure, and we come here to rebar. And you're going to have to load a shape. And let me get back over to structural rebar, shapes. And I changed my views over here from list down to thumbnail so I could kind of see them. What you want is this double O. That's the one you want to load. It's just a straight bar. Okay, so you're going to load it. I've already got it loaded. And it's just a straight piece of rebar. Okay, and if we look over here, we want to pick our bar size, which is a number 4. This is, okay. And shape is 0, okay, 00. And for layout rule, we want to change that to fixed number. And we have 5 of them in the footing. And this is where you can change your visibility here as to where it shows up, okay? And right now it's unobscured in a lot of things. I'm just going to leave it. We can turn that one on. Structural plan, top of basement footing, which is probably where and we may have to come back and adjust some of those in a little bit, okay? And we don't have to worry about dimensions because it's going to automatically do the dimensions. Okay, so now we come over here and we go pick on near cover reference, and we come down here, and you can see how if you start here, it goes vertical, but I want to start here, and in this way, I'm going to come down about a quarter of the way, third of the way, and I'm going to place it. Now let's go back to here and look. And because I was in this section view, it created 5 of them across. And the footing has the rules built into it for rebar cover, the amount of concrete you need outside the rebar. Okay, so now we'll do the same thing. We'll come back to this section. And if I zoom in on it, you can see the rebars there. Okay, so we'll do the same thing again. Number 4 rebar, double alt, and we'll want to change it to fixed number 5. Let me check that and see if it, okay, top basement, okay. And now near cover reference, and I'll come up from the bottom and come up about 1/4 to 1/3 of the way there. Okay. And so see it placed a grid of them in there. All right. Now we're going to do the base plate, and I want you to do the base plate on the same footing. It may get a little crazy here. I'm going to demonstrate it over here on the other one, but I want you to put it on the same one, so it's all on one, and we'll make one detail call out of that. So what we do is we're still on our structure tab, and we're going to go to a component, and you'll need to load it, and it's in the structural connections, steel, and it's the column base plate 4-hole. Okay, I've already got it loaded, but it's this one 4-hole as opposed to this one over here, which is 4-hole cross. It's not what we want. We want this one. Okay, I've already got it loaded, and we're going to edit it. First of all, we're going to choose the 1/2 inch thickness. Okay. Elevation will set at 0 inches. Okay, now let's change our size. We want it to be 5 inches wide, 8 inches long. Okay. And then my hole spacing, did 2 and 6. Okay. And I think that's all we need for that. And then we'll apply that. Now come over here. We want to not put it on a vertical face. We want to place it on face. That doesn't look like my sizes to. Oh, hole diameter. I didn't change hole diameter. We're going with 1/2 inch bolts, so we'll make that a 9/16 inch hole. Okay. Place on face, and I'm going to pop it right there. And then that and two. Now I want to align it. Okay. And now we want to go to a section view where we can look at it. And we need to make a modification to our column because our column is sitting down inside the plate and it needs to sit on top of the plate. But the column is attached to the footing because the footing is structural. So we come over here and we go, no, that's not what we do. We go attach top base, and I want to choose the base. Cut column, that's a default, And we're going to change from attachment to a 1/2 inch. Change that to a 1/2 inch, and then come down and click on the footing. And what it did is it shortened the column by a 1/2 inch because of our plate that's in there. Okay? And it should still be attached to the bottom of the beam. All right, so we're going to do that. I want you to do it on one footing, both of them on one, preferably this one right here, so that all our drawings will be the same. And we're not going to put bolts in our model